by the president, and of course we'll let the Prime Minister continue his negotiations and will not negotiate in public. These has been the answers that I've been giving to every single question since the beginning of the negotiations. What I wanted to emphasize today is, as Minister in charge of industries and of the economy, is we are not alone in this world. We need to be closer to our allies. And that is why today is so important. It's been only 15 days that the Prime Minister signed an agreement with the EU to make sure that not only, of course, that we have free trade agreement, but that we are very closely aligned on defense and on all our industrial policies. And we're trying to make sure that ultimately, while the US is becoming weaker, we will become stronger and we will diversify and turn ourselves towards Europe.
We saw the Prime Minister push the deadline for these negotiations to August 1st. I'm wondering why that strategy and why not, for instance, more counter-tariffs in this case?
So, as I mentioned, we'll make sure that the negotiations continues. Canada is the only country on earth, along with China, that has imposed so many counter-tariffs. So we have had already a very strong response, and we want to make sure that while we are putting pressure on the American administration, that at the same time we're creating, well, first we're protecting jobs while creating jobs, and we're making sure that we're doing this economic diplomacy, which usually would not necessarily be the case in a normal world, but we're not in normal times. And economic diplomacy is more important than ever, and that's why we need to make sure that while the US is closing its market and really taking its own path regarding protectionism, that we, as a stable and democratic country, continue to have open markets, including with the EU. And that's my job.